Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Modern Warfare 3 Veteran Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Blood Brothers, and this is the end of Act 2. So the start of this mission is pretty simple. You're going to be in this tower with this lovely looking sniper rifle, and you're going to be overlooking this convoy. And we're looking for Makarov, but even if you know which one Makarov is, if it's even him, you can't shoot him and end the game right now, which is a shame. You've got to wait for him to go inside, and then Price does a bunch of stuff, and then blah blah blah. Call of Duty happens, and you get to shoot things. But once you've watched and witnessed this happen, you're going to have to locate Price. Price is at pretty much the top of the building, and then you're going to be covering him as he enters the building. The only problem is shit's going to kick off, as it often does, and everything gets convoluted from there on out. Then you're going to be on the streets, then you're going to be running and gunning, and this level is actually quite difficult. It's not insane, it's not going to make you want to fist your TV in a non-sexual, way, but it's enough to make you realise you're playing a harder difficulty. And my best strategies for it are pretty much the ones we've been using throughout the game. So I'm just going to pretty much tell it as it is, as I see it right now, because this is nice and simple. I'm going to talk about some other things. And one of those things is my rental service, which apparently they've changed the way they're set up now, and I've been contemplating cancelling it for a while because there's a lot of games that I've got at the moment that I've bought, and I haven't really had a chance to play them because they've all come out at the same time, and because I've been trying to do the guides and things, I've been neglecting the games I've got from the rental service. So what's the point in paying monthly for a service I'm not using? And before, you could put them into hibernation before they'd even, put them into hibernation and come back in a few months when you wanted to do it again, and it was dead simple. But apparently management has changed hands, and now you have to phone them up to cancel your account, which I'm not a big fan of, but I've worked in a call centre, so I know how it works. And I think I'm going to do it because a friend of mine has proved how much I get screwed by pretty much everything. I'm like a walking fleshlight, it's unbelievable. But he phoned them up to cancel his, and they pretty much gave him a deal where he gets to get an extra game an extra disc, should I say, and he's not going to have to pay anything until February. So he's going to get 3 months free and a better package just because he wanted to cancel. And they do it because they want to retain you. It's simple sales and marketing schemes of retaining customers and keeping their loyalty. And I think I'm going to phone him and try and do something of the same just to make it a little bit easier. But I get screwed, and the reason I get screwed is I've been paying for this service about 2 years now, and I have never ever got any kind of benefit from it. They've never sent me a bonus disc, a free disc, or anything like that. And I've reviewed games on their website, I've given ratings to everything I've rented, and I've been a very avid renter. It's ridiculous. My friend, however, has been paying for it a year less than me, and before that he was using a free trial, and he's had constant free games, constant extra discs, and all this other bullshit, and he's done nothing different. He's done less than I have. So it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And speaking of things that don't make much sense, this section here, there's not a lot you can do. You're just running with soap, you haven't got a gun, you take a beating, sometimes you might die, but for the most you'll just be able to make it because it's just trying to make it look a hell of a lot more epic than it is. And as soon as you put this guy down by the dustbin, you will be able to get your gun back and the game will start for real instead of this interactive cutscene nonsense. But I get screwed, and it sucks because I could really benefit from that type of stuff, because my list is filled with good games that I could do nice content with, and they send me shit like fucking body count, which I can't do anything with, and I only put it on to thicken my list, to make it look like a proper list. Everything else is golden. And I'm the person that could get, Battlefield 3, but they send me My Horse and Me 2, or, fucking Barbie Internet Explorer Edition, or something ridiculous. But this is where things get a little bit interesting. These guys will spawn in front of you every time. To your right there will be a guy, and this guy's killed me a ton, so I always stun and try and shoot him through the wall. Right then, I don't think I killed him, so I sneak out a little bit and start wallbanging him. There he goes, he's just fallen down. I see him behind the counter, I start smashing it with rounds, but it doesn't quite go through. And just use the cover as well as you can, because it's some awesome clipping spots for doing the head glitch trick. And just swap out the Desert Eagle for something useful, because unfortunately the Desert Eagle on this game is a piece of shit, and it looks ugly too. But Just, do your best, be as aggressive as you can, and it all depends on how quick you are on the sticks, really, how fast you get through it. And I'm not too bad, but you don't have to shoot everybody. That's the luxury of this one. You can just treat it like one big, rush fest. Just get to cover as fast as you can. Completely ignore some of the assholes shooting you. The grenade spam on this game is absolutely non-existent. I don't think I've ever died from a grenade, and if I have, it was probably my own, which is something that people that played World at War will be nice and relieved to hear. And just do your best. And because it's not that challenging, it does make it quite difficult to commentate over, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So, when you come out onto this street, it's all pretty standard. Be careful of the cars will blow up and kill you. One thing that is cool about this game, and kinda gay at the same time, is the cars no longer instantly blow up. There's a delay, and I do believe it's to stop you from getting the spawn grenades on the multiplayer, which a lot of people used to do. If anybody played Call of Duty 4 and you remember Bog, if you played Domination, you could get a 5-man feed with a well-placed grenade if you knew how to do it. It was ridiculous. It was the same on Backlot. If you knew how to throw the grenade over the building, especially in Search and Destroy, if anybody rushes forward near that first car, you've cleared out half the team. It is that powerful. And the grenades on this game don't go nowhere near as far or are nowhere near as useful as the ones on 4, but they're still, pretty lethal when they want to be, so delaying the car's explosion just makes it so that you have a little chance of surviving when you see a car on fire. And I've actually got a pretty fun commentary that I'm going to be putting up on Dome, which is probably my favourite map, because it's small, there's no bullshit, and it's pretty much clutter-free compared to some of them. There's no trees or nonsense. On this section as well, you want to push down towards here as quick as you can, because if you go any other direction, the game decides to kill you. It's done it to me. I don't know what happened. I assume it was a car that blew up, but it just fucked me. I couldn't understand it. And look at me jumping like a bloody bunny. But this bit here should have been challenging. This should have been like a Macmillan moment where you're holding off and you're shooting and it gets all intense, but you can pretty much hide through the entire thing. It's not challenging whatsoever, and it's pretty much just target practice and nothing else. Be careful of your right flank. They will come up that side. I actually lay down and look on the right and kill the people flanking that way, but as soon as the rebels turn up and open the door, if you run inside the doorway, you will be safe and you will effectively skip the rest of the challenging stuff. But the multiplayer it's interesting for a lot of reasons. They've changed a lot of stuff, and I haven't heard anybody talking about it. And I don't usually name drop because I don't like to do it, because I feel that I don't have enough subscribers or enough respect to compare myself with these people that you could say were my peers because they're on YouTube, but these people that have earned a hell of a lot more of a following than I have yet and make good content. But I'm going to name drop anyhow. Wings of Redemption has really surprised me with his Modern Warfare 3 content so far. And this is not a criticism because I respect the guy a lot. I like his commentaries because he's brave, he's honest, and he doesn't give a shit what people think. And I don't know how much of that is true, but it's a good mentality because it's the same mentality I like to have. And you'll make enemies, but you'll also make some really cool friends that way. And all his commentaries have been nothing about his opinion of the game, and I don't understand it because this is usually such an opinionated guy. He's just kind of talked about strategy and things, and I don't understand that. And let me rephrase. I understand it for the new people to do strategy videos, but I can't understand him not doing a first impressions that tells you what he likes and what he doesn't like. At the moment, he's just kind of ignored it, and it's really strange. And to me, I can't stop talking about what I feel and the things they've changed that I've noticed, because the YY has been almost removed. It no longer is a quick answer to reload cancelling. It doesn't work. You're still waiting to bring your gun up, and it's really frustrating. One of the things that bugs me to death. The UAV and the fucking iPhone that he pulls out to call anything in takes an eternity to put away. I hate it. It gets me killed so much. This section here, if you keep crouched, you'll not get shot. I got shot a little bit because I tried to rush it, and you never want to rush a section like that. But there's a lot of things that they've tweaked. Like the stun grenades now take as long to throw as flash grenades do, and it's throwing me off a lot. It's a massive adjustment period, and I'm not there yet. I'm really not there yet. At the same time, it is different, it is new, and I'm enjoying it. But the biggest my biggest problem with it so far is that Dead Silence is level 55 to unlock. I should not have to play half the fucking multiplayer progression system to get the ability to not hear my bloody clogs. I hate my own footsteps in the multiplayer. I hate my team's footsteps even more, and I'm trying to get Sitrep Pro at the minute so I can at least enjoy the sound of the game, but I can't even do that because half the equipment that you see you can't interact with. And I've tried shooting the care packages that are bombs, the trick ones, and it didn't do anything. And I don't know if I didn't shoot it for long enough or what, but it's, you know, it's just proving annoying because you can't change the sound settings so you can hear the music and you can hear all the bullshit. And I don't know, I never thought I'd say this, but Treyarch have really impressed me with what you could do in Black Ops. They really have, and I've gone from being the guy that shit all over Treyarch's chest with Call of Duty 3 because it was awful, to being the guy that didn't want to play World at War but respected it, it looked okay, and then thoroughly enjoying Black Ops. It's strange to see Infinity Ward take so little of these innovations forward. And the only real thing that they've kept is theatre mode, which is nice, but its combat training was fantastic. The currency system wasn't my idea of a good system. I preferred the leveling and, you know, the challenge based stuff, but the ability to have all the perks was fantastic because you could play how you wanted to play, and having to level up to get perks is really pissing me off again. I know I sound like I'm bitching a lot, but I'm just putting forward some slight niggles that I have. And Black Ops' menus just seem a hell of a lot more intuitive than the Modern Warfare 3 ones do. It seems to take a hell of a long time to get anywhere, and I just can't understand how the UI degrades when they could just, you know, accept that Treyarch are a decent company now, that they've introduced some nice features, and just utilize them, just add them. It makes no sense to ignore the things they've done. Just look at Last Stand. When you kill somebody in Last Stand now, you can kill steal again. Black Ops eradicated that problem. Why do they refuse to accept that these two rival companies that are under the same parent company both do different things well? And if they came together and made something, it'd probably be the game that everybody's waiting for instead of these reiterations that are making everybody really mad. Because this game is good, I enjoy it, but I also completely agree with every criticism people are giving it. It's far too similar to Modern Warfare 2, it's far too dull and grey looking, they've not done enough, and it's far too familiar. We've been practically playing the same campaign for the last 4 years, and I wouldn't say it's starting to grate on me, but there's a lot of people that are not as patient as I am. There's a lot of people not willing to do it again. And I probably play this with my beer goggles on because I like Call of Duty. I like how it feels. It's the most smooth and enjoyable control system in a first-person shooter at 60 frames that exists. But they can't just keep, you know, opening the fucking Matryoshka dolls and getting the exact same thing out again every year. It's not enough. And that's just my feelings anyway, people. I do apologise I couldn't talk more about the game, but this is all cutscenes and shit, and I didn't want to trim them out because you're actually moving during them, so technically they're the game. But as always, people, thanks for watching, and you take care now.